Welcome back to the English class once again. If you remember, in the previous class, we have started the lesson Opportunities for Youth written by Jawaharlal Nehru, and in that previous class we have got a introduction of Jawaharlal Nehru. Everybody knows Jawaharlal Nehru, but because he is a writer over here, that's why we have given a little bit introduction. Then we have gone through the first message given by Jawaharlal Nehru to the youth. How to relate your thought and the action, otherwise it could become a disaster for the person. Now next point what he is giving is that happiness is a inner state of mind. Happiness is an inner state of mind, is an inner state. Inner state means it's up to you to feel happy. External environment normally don't affect more. Sometimes it affects, but if you are happy from inside, definitely you start making others also happy. So how to reach that happiness? As in the previous class we have discussed, if, as I said, I think last example what I have taken is pizza and biryani. So if you wanted to eat pizza only, and if you have eaten pizza only, then your happiness would be at a different level. He said the same thing. If you wanted to achieve something and you have made a plan and you have implemented that plan properly, thought and action, then you feel happiness. Result is a different thing, but your thought and action are correlated to each other. If you are thinking in that way, if you are getting that action and thought in a proper manner, obviously you would feel very much happy. Suppose just imagine that you are making one of the chart for decorating the class and all, and during that making you have decided to draw something like whatever it is required, either you are representing anything from the civics or anything from the mathematics, any parallelogram or something, whatever the diagrams would be there for you, or even in science you have variety of the diagrams from botany to zoology and all. So when you are drawing that one, you first make a pencil drawing, pencil lines, light dotted lines and all. Then after you get a complete structure, you start drawing with the sketches. And first you decide, already you decide that which color of a sketch would suit the background of the chart. Because if suppose you have taken a pink color chart, and if you are drawing with a dark pink pen or a red pen, will it be visible? Obviously not. So you decide that I should take a contrast color. So that shows that you have made a complete plan in your thought. You have processed out everything. Then you took the action. And when your action get completed, you got a feeling of satisfaction and happiness. Like, yes, I have done. My thoughts have fulfilled in my action. That is your inner state of mind. So happiness comes from inside, not from the outside. For that he has said that it does not depend on the money. Yes, that's true, it does not depend on the money, because nowadays many people are saying, many memes are actually making on that particular thing, that money can't buy anything, but poverty can't even buy a single thing. That's true. Money is important, but more money is not important. Like more miserable, more rich. He has said that in particular lesson, that I have seen some of the people, Jawaharlal Nehru has said that in my life I have seen many people, those who are very rich, but they are not happy. They have inner conflicts, they have the tensions, they have the problems. So like even poverty hits hard. Poverty, if acute poverty is there, if a very destitute person, so he is also could never be happy. So you cannot decide that with the money itself a person can become happy or the person can become unhappy. Money to a certain extent, but the overall your relations, your environment and your inner satisfaction is more important to make you happy. Like I have read about one of the person who was at his times, who was one of the richest person. It is not any story, it was not a story, it was actually a fact. It was written, I am forgetting the name of that person, but he has a lot of boats and ships in his control. That means he is an owner of that, and he was very much rich, so much rich that it was actually like an empire he had. So but he has a problem that he could not lift his eyelid by himself. We discuss about the reflex action. Suddenly, if suppose something is coming to your eye, near to your eyes, you just try to close your eyes, blink your eyes. He could not able to blink the eye, closing and opening the eye by himself. He could not do that. He has some disease which made him keep his eyelid down. He could, if the other person has to push the eyelid, and then the other person has to push it down, or he himself has to push up and down. It cannot work on its own. So you can imagine that what's the plight of that person, how unhappy he could be. Even though he has lots and loads of money, but he could not able to get this disease cured. So once he said that, it is being quoted that once he said that if suppose any doctor is there or any other person who can able to cure this disease and let me blink my own eye, I will give my whole wealth to him. But it is not possible for the doctors to do that, because somehow his blood supply has stopped over there, and sometimes, or you can say many times, we cannot do all the cures. We are not able to do all the things proper, because it is there some supreme creature is there who is responsible for all the things. So it had happened that the doctors could not able to do anything, and he died in that way only. He lived up to more than 70-80 years. He had a long life, but he does not able to blink his own eye. Just imagine the situation. So can we say that more rich, more happy? No. In the same way, poorer could not be the happier one. We could not decide about the situation of a person, or you can say the status of a person cannot decide his happiness. Sometimes you must have seen beggars or younger boys, small boys of or girls of the laborers or someone, they laugh, they happily enjoy. Even laborers, those who come for the construction of your house and all, you must have seen that they were also enjoying happy life. They enjoy, they laugh, they feel happiness when the children are playing in front of them. So what does it show? The happiness is different thing, money is a different thing. He said that money is not actually depending on your happiness, or happiness is not depending on your money. Happiness is an inner state. Now next is that he said integration of the personality. If you have a proper satisfaction and happiness, and your thought and action are proper, you could achieve an good personality which has an integration, combined unified personality, a complete package. Now he is talking about the overall people, but India especially. When we got freedom, before getting freedom, Indian people had a feeling like we are not getting freedom, we have a problem, we should get the freedom and all. So everybody fought together and we got the independence. After independence, everybody has a feeling like Indians that we are a great country, we feel proud of our country, still we feel proud of our country. So he is saying that in every country, every people have the feel that our country is great. Yes, that is patriotism. You should love your own country, you should feel proud of your own country, that is right. But whatever the problems or sufferings in our country, that also to be find out. He is saying that patriotism is good, but not misconceptions. Don't keep it in mind that our country is only the greatest country, the developed country, everything we have, science and technology and all. No, we don't have. We have to develop. We are doing our participation in the development of the country. We have to do that. We have to make our country good or great, but we should not believe in misconceptions that okay, our country has these things. No, wherever there are the facts are there which are showing that these are the wrong things, so you should have to try to correct it out. In the same way, like every person has a negative characters as well as the positive traits. So if you are thinking only positive I have, it is not possible. Nobody is perfect. We need to think in that way that okay, we have some positive traits, But wherever our negative traits are there, we have to try to overcome that, we have to accept that, and we have to find certain solutions to get the negativity into positivity. Pride in spirituality. Indians, like he said that we are not good in economically, socially and all, so we thought that we are good at spirituality, we are good in spiritual, like we have good traditions, customs, we believe into that and we are happy into that. Okay, good, be happy, be proud of your own country, but don't think that you are always right, according to Jawaharlal Nehru. Now, what other nations thought? So, every nation has the same problem. The other nations thought that their countries are the torch bearer. Torch bearer means showing the path to the others. Others are in the darkness, other countries are in the darkness. So, these countries are showing the light to those countries to follow their footsteps and get into the light or get the development. They have the best civilization and most advanced countries. Still some countries are there. He didn't mention any name of the countries, but you can have an imagination, you can understand which countries I am pointing it out. Some of the western countries had a feeling that they are the most advanced, developed. Recently, Italy was the worst affected country by pandemic. So at that time, their president, they and the people of the Italy has said that we thought ours as one of the most advanced, most developed and one of the greatest country, but after this pandemic we realize that we are not up to the mark. We are not at that level that where we have to feel proud. Both the things are correct and both the things they accepted. First, they accepted their folliness, that they are believing that themselves are the best ones, advanced ones. But the second thing is that they are finding out their weakness and they are accepting, yes, we were wrong in certain stages. The same thing Jawaharlal Nehru written in those times, and he wanted everybody to accept that certain good things are also there. But wherever we are finding our weaknesses, we are supposed to try to overcome those. So now he is giving his nobody's perfect, weakness and failures. Yes, that's true. Everybody, not only human beings, I am talking about countries as well. Every country has certain weaknesses or the failures. Try, if suppose you are going to any other country, try to find out the best from the country. Like many people nowadays, because at those times when Jawaharlal Nehru written, very few people have gone outside India, but now many people are going not only to the Gulf countries, but to America, to USA, to Australia, to UK, to New Zealand, to Germany, various countries. Our Indians have gone to various countries and they have accepted so many of the good things from those countries. So for example, what he is saying is that, like, take the good from the others. Like suppose they have the neatness, cleanliness, good roads, good police administration. So take those good things from the others. But if you find their culture is not good, so instead of pinpointing and telling that they have the finding the fault and saying that they have the weakness, they have the failures, their culture is not good, they are very bold, they have a different way of living and all. But don't go for finding only weaknesses and failures. Everybody has, every country has. So maybe we are good in spirituality, customs, traditions, cultures and all, but we are economically and socially a little bit backward country. So what he is saying is that try to find out the good from the others, take the good from the others rather than finding fault with the others. Like people complain, right now what is happening, people are complaining about our own country. Like you must have seen people, those who are returning from USA or somewhere, they would say to our country, especially when they return to the country, and they say that our country's roads are not good. Their roads are good, this thing is good, that thing is good. Yeah, that's true. They are maintaining well because maybe the reasons are there, the population is less, maybe they have other reasons, more sources are there, more resources are there. We don't have all these things, but there is no need to actually pinpoint our country. Try to change rather than finding fault. Okay, there is something in our country which is not good, but there are some other things which are not good in other countries. So better to take good thing from there and implement it here rather than complaining, sulking, they are good, we are bad. There is no need to speak out any bad things. Whatever good are there, take and implement over here. And for this he has taken the example of Gandhiji, because he was very closely associated to Gandhiji, so he has got a glimpse of his personality. Gandhiji is known as actually the father of the nation, because he has played a very great role in getting the freedom from the British. He had this quality for finding good among the others. He never, if suppose, he has given one example as, if suppose somebody would come up to him and everybody knows that this is a very bad person, but Gandhiji tried to find out the good thing in him. Like, you could say that he is a very outspoken person, he is an honest person, though he is rude, he is a cheater, he is a liar, but he is actually try to lie sometimes, but he could speak the truth. He is very straightforward, he is a regular one, he is a punctual one. Whatever one quality he could able to find out, he could get that good quality, and he tries to tell in front of that person his own good quality. Like, suppose imagine that just one person visited Gandhiji and he is a very irregular one. Like, regularly he don't come to Gandhiji. Once in a while he comes, even though he is supposed to come, but he comes on time. So Gandhiji would never say him that you are an irregular person, you didn't turn up yesterday, you have to come up to day before yesterday as well. No, he would say that you are a very punctual person, you always come on time. So Nehruji is saying that because of that the person get an impression and he started feeling guilty that why shouldn't be I a regular one. So he started changing himself, and the person had tried to be good in front of Gandhiji, and he never get late again, never ever, because he has a feeling like Gandhiji believes in me and he has thought that I am a very punctual person, so I have to be a punctual one. So maybe because of following one good habit, he could start following the other good habit of being regular. So one or the other, like he said that extension of the good qualities can be continued. So better to find a good thing into some other person rather than finding the faults. But as a human nature, normal human nature, we normally try to find out the fault with the others. We try to pinpoint at the others, and it is being said by Gandhiji only that when you are pointing one finger towards the other, the rest of the 3 fingers are pointing towards you. So better not to point one finger to the others, because the other 3 fingers are pointing that. If you are saying that other person is wrong, so you are also wrong, 3 times wrong, fine. So these are the great sayings of those people, and the messages are too good to understand. I hope you have understood that. What is that? Happiness is an inner state of the mind, and how to overcome our patriotism is good, but not the misconceptions. How to overcome our weaknesses and how to find the good into the other persons rather than finding the failures. In the next class, we will continue the explanation. Thank you.